Kale Avanhart was no ordinary 17-year-old. Born in the heart of the Riftlands, a place where the very air seemed to hum with energy, Kale had always felt different. His messy brown hair and bright blue eyes set him apart, but it was his mind that truly made him unique. From a young age, he had a knack for understanding machines and gadgets, often taking apart and reassembling devices with ease. But there was more to Kale than just his technical prowess. He lived in the harsh Riftlands, a desolate and unforgiving place where survival was a daily challenge. The landscape was dotted with ruins of a once great civilization, now reduced to rubble and twisted metal. The ground was barren, and the sky was often filled with strange crackling energy that seemed to dance in the air. The air crackled with strange energy, a constant reminder of the powerful forces at play in the Riftlands. This energy was both a blessing and a curse, providing the inhabitants with the means to survive but also posing a constant threat. Twisted metal scraps littered the ground, remnants of a bygone era. These scraps were more than just debris. They were the lifeblood of the Riftlands inhabitants. For Kyle, they were a treasure trove of possibilities, each piece holding the potential to be transformed into something new and useful. This was all Kale had ever known. He scavenged for parts, often spending hours sifting through piles of metal and debris in search of something valuable. He built gadgets, using his innate understanding of technology to create devices that could help him and his fellow inhabitants survive. His hands were always busy, his mind always racing with new ideas and inventions. He was a whiz with tech, able to fix almost anything and create devices that others could only dream of. But Kale was special in another way. He had a unique ability that set him apart from everyone else in the Riftlands. He could combine technology with magic, a rare and unheard of talent. This ability allowed him to create devices that were not only functional but also imbued with magical properties. It was a skill that made him both revered and feared by those around him. It was an unheard of talent, one that had the potential to change the very fabric of life in the Riftlands. Kale's ability to merge magic and technology was something that had never been seen before, and it held the promise of a brighter future for the desolate land. One day, while scavenging in a particularly remote part of the Riftlands, Kale found an odd artifact. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before, a small object that seemed to pulse with a faint glow. Intrigued, he picked it up and examined it closely. The artifact pulsed with a faint glow, its light flickering like a heartbeat. Kale could feel a strange energy emanating from it, a sensation that was both familiar and foreign at the same time. He felt a connection to it, as if the artifact was calling out to him. It was a feeling he couldn't quite explain, but he knew that this object was important. It was as if it held the key to something greater, something that could change his life forever. Little did he know, this was just the beginning. The discovery of the artifact would set Kale on a path that would take him far beyond the Riftlands, into a world of adventure and danger. It was a journey that would test his abilities and his resolve, and ultimately, it would reveal his true destiny. His life was about to change forever. With the artifact in hand and a newfound sense of purpose, Kale was ready to embrace his destiny and face whatever challenges lay ahead. The boy from the Rift was about to become a legend. Ceres Velira was a warrior exiled from her home. She came from Aetheria, a land of floating islands and magic. Ceres had once been a knight, sworn to protect her people, but a betrayal forced her to flee. She found herself in the Riftlands, a dangerous place. Ceres was tough. She was skilled with her ether blade. This wasn't an ordinary weapon. It pulsed with magical energy. The blade could even adapt. It resonated with Kale's technological creations. Together, they made a formidable team. Luma wasn't human. She was an AI spirit. Her origins were a mystery. She came from a technologically advanced city called Neoterra. Luma was trapped inside a small device. Kale found it among the ruins. He activated it, unaware of what he would unleash. Luma was brilliant. She was sarcastic. She had a sharp wit. Luma became Kale's guide. She provided information. She helped him understand his powers. She even cracked jokes at the worst possible times. Aetheria and Neoterra were like night and day. Aetheria was a realm of magic. Floating islands drifted in the sky. Crystal cities shimmered with enchantment. The Arcanarchs ruled Aetheria. They were powerful mages. They guarded the secrets of their world. Neoterra was a megacity of steel and neon. Technology reigned supreme. Emotions were suppressed. Logic and efficiency were valued above all else. The Technocore governed Neoterra. They were a council of brilliant scientists. They believed in the power of technology. Section 5. The Rift and the Veil. The Riftlands were a dangerous place, a land where the very ground seemed to rebel against those who dared to tread upon it. The skies were perpetually dark, filled with swirling winds that carried whispers of ancient secrets and untold dangers. Jagged rocks jutted out from the earth like the teeth of some great beast, ready to ensnare the unwary traveler. They were located between Aetheria and Neoterra. These two realms, so different in nature, were connected by this treacherous land. Aetheria, a world of light and ethereal beauty, stood in stark contrast to Neoterra, a realm of shadows and tangible reality. The Riftland served as the bridge, a no-man's land where the rules of both worlds seemed to collide and intertwine. The veil separated these realms. This mystical barrier was not just a physical divide, but a metaphysical one as well. It shimmered with an otherworldly glow, a constant reminder of the power it held. The veil was both a protector and a prison, keeping the two worlds apart while also holding within it the potential for great change. It was a mysterious force. The veil's energy was unlike anything else in either Aetheria or Neoterra. It pulsed with a life of its own, a sentient force that seemed to watch and wait. Those who could tap into its power found themselves changed, for better or worse, by its touch. It tore the world apart long ago. The veil's creation was not a peaceful event. It was born from a cataclysmic clash of energies, a rift that sundered the very fabric of reality. The scars of that ancient battle still lingered, etched into the landscape and the memories of those who lived through it. The veil caused strange anomalies. The land around it was a testament to its power, filled with floating rocks and distorted landscapes that defied the laws of nature. Reality itself seemed to bend and twist in the presence of the veil, creating phenomena that were as beautiful as they were dangerous. It warped the fabric of reality. Structures that once stood tall and proud were now disjointed and twisted, their forms altered by the veil's influence. Space itself seemed to ripple and fold, creating impossible shapes and pathways that led to nowhere and everywhere. The Riftlands were a testament to the veil's power. Every rock, every gust of wind, every strange anomaly was a reminder of the veil's immense energy. It was a land where the past and present collided, where the remnants of ancient forces still held sway over the landscape. They were a place of chaos. The ground was unstable, the winds unpredictable. It was a land where order had no place, where chaos reigned supreme. Yet within that chaos there was a strange kind of order, a balance that only the bravest or the most foolish dared to seek. But they were also a place of potential. For those who could navigate its dangers, the Riftlands offered untold opportunities. It was a place where the impossible became possible, where dreams and nightmares walked hand in hand. The veil's energy, though dangerous, held the key to great power and knowledge. The veil's energy could be harnessed. Those who learned to control it found themselves capable of feats that defied imagination. They could bend reality to their will, channeling the veil's power to create or destroy, to heal or harm. It could be used for good or evil. The veil's energy was a double-edged sword. In the hands of the righteous, it could bring about great healing and prosperity. But in the hands of the wicked, it could unleash untold destruction. The choice lay with those who dared to wield its power, a choice that would shape the fate of both Aetheria and Neoterra. The Arcanarch Council sought to control magic. They feared the veil's power. They wanted to protect Aetheria from its influence. The Technocore wanted to harness technology. They saw the veil as a source of energy. They believed they could control it. The Echo Cult was a mysterious group. They worshipped the veil. They believed it was a god. They sought to unleash its full power. Each faction had its own agenda. Their goals were on a collision course, and Kale was caught in the middle. In the first episode, the sigil awakens. Kale's artifact activates. It's a sigil, a key to ancient power. He discovers he can fuse magic and tech. He meets Ceres, who is being hunted. They escape together, forming an alliance. As they journey, Luma awakens. In shadows of the rift, she guides them through ancient ruins. They uncover clues about the veil's origins. They also realize they are being followed. A shadowy organization is watching their every move. In Relics of the Past, flashbacks reveal the Sundering, the event that created the Veil. It was a cataclysmic war between Aetheria and Neoterra. The episode ends with a shocking revelation. Someone close to Kale is not who they seem. The pace quickens. The cityscape, bathed in the eerie glow of neon lights, is a labyrinth of shadows and secrets. Our heroes, Kale and his companions, dart through the maze of towering skyscrapers, their breaths visible in the cold night air. The tension is palpable, every step echoing the urgency of their mission. Enemies of the state sees Kale branded a global threat. His face, now plastered across holographic, wanted posters and digital billboards, is a constant reminder of the danger he represents. The world watches, divided between fear and curiosity, as the hunt for Kale intensifies. Both the Arcana Council and the Techno Corps want him captured. These powerful factions, once allies, now find themselves at odds, each vying for control over Kale's fate. The Arcana Council, with their ancient magic, and the Techno Corps, wielding cutting-edge technology, are locked in a deadly game of cat and mouse. His powers are too dangerous. He becomes a fugitive. Kale's abilities, a volatile mix of arcane and technological prowess, make him a target. As he evades capture, he grapples with the weight of his newfound responsibilities and the fear of losing control. In a terrifying turn of events, the Veil begins to tear cities apart. The once stable fabric of reality starts to unravel, causing catastrophic destruction. Buildings crumble, streets crack open, and the very essence of the world seems to be at war with itself. The Veil Breathes depicts the devastation and chaos. Amidst the chaos, Kale and his allies struggle to find a way to mend the Veil. The stakes have never been higher, and the clock is ticking. Every moment counts as they race against time to prevent further calamity. Kale realizes he must master his powers. In a secluded sanctuary, away from the prying eyes of his pursuers, Kale trains relentlessly. He delves deep into the mysteries of his abilities, seeking to harness the raw energy that courses through him. Meditation and discipline become his daily rituals. He is the only one who can stop the Veil. With newfound determination, Kale understands that he alone holds the key to restoring balance. His hands, now glowing with controlled power, symbolize his readiness to face the impending doom. The season ends on a cliffhanger. As the final moments unfold, Kale stands on the precipice of a new challenge. The distant threat looms larger than ever, casting a shadow over the future. The audience is left in suspense, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this epic saga. The Veil takes on a physical form. From the depths of the chaos, a monstrous entity emerges, born of pure energy. Its presence is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a testament to the Veil's unchecked power. It's a monstrous entity of pure energy. This creature, a manifestation of the Veil's fury, threatens to consume everything in its path. Its glowing form pulses with malevolent intent, challenging anyone who dares to oppose it. Kale must face his destiny. With the fate of the world hanging in the balance, Kale steps forward to confront the beast. His journey has led him to this pivotal moment where his courage and strength will be tested like never before. The fate of two worlds hangs in the balance. As the two worlds collide, the line between reality and the supernatural blurs. Kale's actions will determine the future of both realms, and the weight of this responsibility rests heavily on his shoulders. The epic battle for survival begins.